Listen. You smell something?
Onto your butt.
The battle of wits has begun.
Take your sicking paws off me,
finds a way.
damn dirty ape!
Hello there.
This is Sparta! You're a wizard.
Yes, they deserve this. I hope they burn in hell.
Take a big step back and literally
Fuck your own face.
Do or do not. There is no try.
Beetlejuice.
You ever dance with the devil in the bed?
I'm your huckleberry.
Beetlejuice.
Thinking what I'm thinking.
Hallelujah!
Aim for the bushes.
Holy shit!
That doesn't make sense.
I believe the common denominator of the universe is not harmony, but chaos, hostility, and murder.
How about now? Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you.
There we go. That was weird. It must have updated or something because it completely reverted my microphone and headset settings back to defaults.
Ah.
Damn, Keith's in a cave.
Oh shit.
Jesus. Quiet, Lydia.
Hey, boy.
That's a cool Rammstein shirt.
Thanks. Mom bought it for me.
Yeah, that's cool. There you go. At least some light. You just
Trying
giving
to figure out what it's looking at.
it. Looks like it's focused on your face.
Boo, yeah. Yeah. Switch that focus away from your face.
What the?
Oh, it's the bandana right here.
Ah.
Yeah, that's his Rammstein bandana.
Apparently she tied it to it.
All right.
$25 for a bandana.
Yeah, it's at a concert. The shirt's probably $40-$50.
40.
Yeah, they're 40.
Exactly. It cost them about 3 cents in China to make. If that.
I kind of wish that I would have gotten a bandana too, but it's all good. It's all good. I'll be fine. I'll survive.
There's always eBay.
I mean, I'm sure you could probably find it up on Rammstein's official merch store too online.
Yeah. Mos Def. Oh, I forgot to grab. Anyway. All right. So, Keith, I'll be sending all this stuff. I finished the last one yesterday. I forgot to read issue number 5. So, I'll get that over to you. Your X-Men book that came in and the Batman books. And once you're done, send them over to Mark.
Yeah.
All right.
Righteous.
Stupid.
Dude, the last
They have
run.
women's swimwear on the Rammstein website.
Of course.
Pieces and 2 pieces.
Does it have like an attachment for strap-ons, knowing Rammstein?
Probably.
Or is it a female bikini bottom with a little bit of a banana hammock in the front? Oh man. Hey, I guess before we get started, let's see. Who wants to do the intro this time?
Not I.
Okay, I'll do it this time.
You got it.
Welcome to Pop Culture Kick. I'm Mark Becker.
Mark Becker. And I'm Nick Zilla.
And I'm Keith.
Keith, Mark, logo. All right. Hey, did you guys watch that trailer for Knock at the Cabin? M. Night Shyamalan's new movie?
I was unawares.
Dude, it's got Dave Bautista, Rupert Grint in it, right? Ron from Harry Potter. Oh, my little
I'm
one.
not Shyamalan, right? So there's got to be a twist.
Oh yeah, the trailer's good, man. Like I don't have a lot of trailer. Well, there's a lot of stuff that came out, but this is kind of the only trailer that I have to pull up. Pull the trailer up, Keith. It's good.
What's it called?
Knock at the Cabin.
And they got a Ramstein biker vest, bro.
That's cool.
125 euros.
It's like $140 for us.
They have like a leather jacket, like a legit leather jacket. That's kind of cool.
Well, they are usually strapped in leather. So that's pretty badass.
Yeah.
Full screen it so we don't see all that other shit on the side.
Are we gonna sing along?
Same campground that they film like the Jason movies on because it looks familiar.
Right.
It's like the same lake every movie ever. That's cool. I like the title and sound design that they were doing there.
Yeah.
Leonard. Well, it's nice to meet
Be
you.
Dave Bautista.
Why are you here?
I suppose I'm here to make friends with you. And your dad's too. But my heart is broken.
Why is it broken?
I like that. I like that
Because
that
of what I have to do to
zoom effect that they do.
There is a woman carrying something that looks like a pick with a chain and a mallet in it.
You see, the four of us have a very important job to do. In fact, it might be the most important job in the history of the world. We were called
It's Ron Weasley.
by a common vision, which has now become a command that we cannot ignore. The four of us are here to prevent the apocalypse.
Oh God.
Has been chosen to make a horrible decision.
I was about to say, it'd be funny if they were just like Mormons, like, hey, we're here to talk about the Church of Latter-day Saints.
Looks pretty good, huh?
Not too shabby.
Yeah, so something about how his family has to be the one that chooses like how to save the world or something. So
Oh, it definitely looks pretty. The cinematography in that looks great.
yeah, I mean, we know how M. Night's most recent movies have been for the last like 10 years, so we'll see how it gets there. You know, normally they start out pretty good and and creepy and got that really good atmosphere, and then some of the twists just kind of end up being real cheesy. So we'll see.
Yeah. But some of them ended up really damn good.
But yeah, his older movies, man, The Village, Signs, all that stuff, Sixth Sense, they're all masterpieces on those things.
Yeah. Hit or miss with them.
All right.
Yeah, I mean, when you make as many movies as he has done, they're not all gonna be gold.
No.
You're gonna have some misses.
Well, and considering he's known as the guy with the crazy twists, like every one of his movies is like that.
Yeah.
Except for his like commercial ones he does, like Avatar and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's expected and everybody's looking for it.
They're gonna be waiting for it the whole time. Let's see what else. What do you guys got? I got a few stories.
Hocus Pocus 2 comes out in 5 days.
Oh, I know, man. I'm excited.
Hell yeah. That's all I've been seeing over
Knock it
the
off.
books of the face.
The book of the face. Oh no.
Let's see. Well, it was just announced yesterday that James Earl Jones is signing over the rights to the voice of Darth Vader.
Yeah.
So he's retiring from voicing Darth Vader
Okay.
forever.
Yeah, he signed off the rights to use archive footage or archive audio and have an AI do his. I mean, he's 91. His voice ain't the same as it was 40 years ago when he first did it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that makes sense.
Yep.
I mean, it that's kind of the way things are going to go. I mean, a lot of actors now, if you want to be in, like Robert Downey did it for Iron Man and the Marvel stuff, you know, he signed off his face, his whole 3D scan. I mean, Disney, when they go in, they scan these people. We talked about this before. They do a 3D scan, have them say a few special sentences, and then they can just digitize. They don't need the actor to come back for anything else. They just send them the paychecks.
Well, I mean, for characters like Iron Man, though, like, you know, you don't even need to show his face. Like, you can just have just Iron Man in the suit, and then you just have, you know, Robert Downey Jr.'s voice coming through.
Yep.
It's like, I mean, shit, easy ass paycheck for him, right? He doesn't even have to go in to record any lines and stuff like that, and they still send him a little check.
Yeah, and if they do that, they don't have to deal with pushing back an entire, you know, shoot of filming and delays. If scheduling conflicts come up, they can just be like, "Ah, fuck it, we'll just digitize them in," and now we don't have to deal with that.
They don't really have to worry too much about ADR and all that stuff either.
Exactly.
Or, I mean, I don't know. You would still have to record some lines because of a certain delivery that they're looking for. You know, like an emotional delivery that they would need to do.
Yeah, but I mean, like when they had like Peter Cushing's show up in Rogue One, they had Leia show up, they had or even Darth Vader. Like those, what they said wasn't too, you know, needed. You know, it'd be harder to do it in a dramatic sense, right?
Right. It was like, it's a very flat performance.
Yeah.
You know, when they brought in those specific characters. But like, you know, for certain emotional beats in a scene, you know, like where maybe like Tony Stark yelling or something like that, or he's like super sad, you may not be able to do that kind of conveyance, like emotional conveyance with a recording of, like, you know, certain sounds and all that stuff. So they may still have to bring him in for certain emotional lines of dialogue that they might need to record in order to convey that.
Exactly. But as AI gets smarter and smarter, they'll be able to change those inflections in the voices.
Robots do not understand emotion.
The inflection in the voice. The difference between fuck you and fuck you.
Right? Or like, yeah, you dirty whore. Or,
oh,
you dirty whore.
Oh, you dirty little cuck.
What the
hell? There's one of Jen's coworkers went to this place called Eyes Wide Shut here, and they said it's exactly what you think it is.
An orgy.
Yep.
Kind of like the movie.
Yep. All right. What else we got?
Who's there?
So, have you heard of The Mother on Netflix?
The Mother.
The Mother, no.
It's got J-Lo as an assassin.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah.
She just needs to stick to movies where she fucks little boys as she's a teacher, because that seems like to be like the most popular thing she's done in a while since Selena. I'm I'm not a big fan of hers.
Yeah, so there's that.
Like J-Lo, she's a great singer, dancer. She's very talented in that department, but, acting, not her forte.
No. Yeah.
She should just fade from the spotlight.
Well, I mean,
Well, shit. I mean, she doesn't need to work anymore.
no. And I mean, have you seen her? How good she looks for her age? Like, but
Oh, plastic surgery will do wonders.
she's a big health nut too, though. Like, she's big on the whole fitness thing. But I agree with Mark. My favorite role of hers, besides for her being doing really good with Selena, is probably Money Train with Wesley Snipes and was it Woody Harrelson?
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, yeah, for her age, she's fucking, she's aged gracefully too. That's the other thing. Like, it may not necessarily be, there may be a nip tuck here and there, but, she doesn't need to go anywhere or do anything that she doesn't want to do. She's like at that level where, she's making money when she's asleep.
Yeah, she's got her
She
own.
doesn't have to go outside if she doesn't want to. Like, she can just be in a tanning salon and, obviously eat healthy, stay
Stop
fit,
it.
all that,
Yeah,
So like, she has time to dedicate towards her fitness and her health and all that stuff where,
yeah.
other people, truck drivers and shit like that, well, they can't really do that, right? Because they're sitting, for a long time, during their days. Sedentary lifestyle. Like, um, like anybody could be, so anybody could get to the kind of fitness level that, these Hollywood actors get to, if they had the time to do it.
Yeah, they just have to work a lot
Not
more.
Yeah, not having a 9 to 5. It's
Right.
convenient when the studio pays you for 4 months just sit in a gym for 4 months straight.
Yeah, exactly. Plus they get you a personal trainer, they get you a dietitian, you get all this stuff,
Yeah,
to be able to focus
they
on that.
act like it's oh, I worked out hard, nights and weekends. No, you're in there for 9 hours a day doing
Right.
training. It's not a
Why they take, which is why they take performance enhancing drugs too, because when they're in there for that long, they need something for recovery.
exactly. Yeah, I saw an article about that Tom Hardy was talking about Bane and how big he had to get. And he's like, it's not just the muscle. He said it was I'd wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning to eat an entire large pizza just to build the calories for the intense
Bulk
work
up.
for the intense workouts he's doing and all that stuff. He's like, I ate probably 4 pizzas a day, entire large pizzas, and just to swell. And he's like, you can see it. He's like, that's the fattest people think I was ripped and buff. He's like, no, that's the fattest I've ever been. He's like, I was just thick.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's I mean, people have different schools of thought when it comes to that sort of thing, like, fat, like with clean bulking or dirty bulking. Clearly for Bane, he was dirty bulking, right? He was using a lot of carbohydrates, a lot of calories, to get big like that. But, some other
Should knock out your bone thing
school
early.
of thought is like the clean bulk where you're doing high protein, enough carbohydrates for
Chicken and
energy,
tuna.
but not necessarily overdoing it on the carbohydrates. And you'll look at, bodybuilders and stuff like that. You look at their diet. They eat a shit ton of calories, but a lot of times it's a high protein, depending on the cycle in their training regimen. Because like sometimes they'll dirty bulk and then they'll go to a cycle where they're clean bulking and just trying to maintain that muscle mass while also then, like before a major competition, like, Mr. Olympia or something like that, they start to go into their shredding phase where, they come into a calorie deficit and start doing a bit more cardio and stuff like that so that they can get the muscle separation, that aesthetic look that the judges are looking for when it comes to bodybuilding.
Yeah, dehydrate themselves out a little bit.
And yeah, probably like maybe a week before that, they'll start to, limit the amount of water that they drink, so they get
That
that
tight skin
muscle
look on the
separation.
muscle, yeah.
Yeah.
Have you seen like the Mountain from Game of Thrones where he looks like now after he got
Yeah.
once he was done with the strong man and the giant bulkiness to what
Well,
and then he cut down all of that?
he did that because he was going into an exhibition boxing match against another power lifter or another strongman. I think it was Eddie Bravo, maybe, or someone, I can't remember who it was, but he actually did that specifically for this exhibition boxing match. It was another strongman. I
Yeah.
can't remember. Eddie Hall, maybe. Maybe it was Eddie Hall.
Yeah, he had to pick up speed and the only way to do that was to
Yeah.
debulk. I mean, the dude's
Yeah.
still massive. It's just he got rid of the
Yeah, I mean,
that heavyweight
the dude's
stuff.
like 6'7", so he's like already like naturally tall, and obviously doing his strongman competitions and stuff like that. He has a basis of mass, you know, on him. But yeah, he had to cut down really, really, fast, and
Oh
he
yeah.
obviously he had to train. I mean, boxing and MMA and stuff like that is going to be, a different kind of conditioning for your body than strongman and bodybuilding and stuff like that. Look at Tom Hardy. Tom Hardy just won, gold at a jiu-jitsu competition recently. Look at him
I saw that.
in the
He's
condition that
small.
he's in. He's more conditioned for jujitsu, for martial arts than he was when he was, playing Bane, where he was just big and bulky.
Yeah, yeah, he's more small, more athletic.
Yeah, I mean, that mass and that size is going to have it's going to have a detrimental effect on your speed and flexibility.
Oh yeah. All right. Welcome to Pop Culture Kick, where we talk about weightlifting.
Right?
Let's see. Oh man, so remember, it was a few episodes ago. We talked about how the people were getting upset because DC killed off like a gay character in one of the comic books.
Yeah.
No.
Or X-Men.
But okay.
I think it was Marvel. It was one of them. It was a gay character that ended up like getting blown up and killed in the comic books, and people threw a fit saying, why couldn't you kill someone else that wasn't gay? And so they're getting they're getting upset about it. Well, apparently it happened again. In last week's episode of Game of Thrones, have you guys watched it? The House of the Dragon?
No, it's not started that yet.
We're still catching up from Justin's vacation.
Well, in that episode, they end up killing a gay character, and they did what they usually do. They go to all the medias of social and
We go all up in arms.
tried to act all big and bad on all the Twitterverse, but they threw a big ass fit, stating it's the only like main gay character, and you kill him. And I'm like, wait a minute, he wasn't a gay character. He was a side character. It was the lover of the main gay character that they killed. And so it's crazy, man, how angry they get. Some of these people that are in that, like, they literally watch everything just looking for something to get angry at. And it's crazy. I mean, I've got stuff all over in the media about it, of other stuff too, like Brie Larson, right? They're trying to get her out of the spotlight of her meltdown on the red carpet. So now, like, as I was looking up stuff for this, I found like 5 articles of like Brie Larson's best thing she's ever done. Brie Larson, check her out in this white.
Hey, look at this, not this.
Yeah, look at her in this stunning white dress, rehearsing from her most iconic role ever. Instead of being Miss Marvel,
PR. I mean,
yeah,
there's always the PR train when you're Disney and you're Marvel and all that stuff.
Yep.
You have to. There's like damage control. When a lot of PR has to be done after, like, public meltdowns and stuff like that.
The funny thing is they're talking about like her most iconic role and her best thing she's ever done, and it's for freaking Scott Pilgrim from 12 years ago.
Yeah.
So it's
so is she trying to break away?
And she was,
well, they're doing damage control because
main character.
She shot herself in the foot again. She got on her soapbox again. And started spitting all that shit, and it's just...
Look, man, you're not Leonardo DiCaprio, all right? You're not big enough to do that.
Even then, if he did it, it'd be annoying. I mean, look at...
even... It'd be annoying, but people realize his talent.
Yeah, but I mean, look how it backfired on Robert De Niro, right? He got all political in his shit, and now...
Yeah.
Now
he's blacklisted.
Yeah, dude, nobody wants to work with him because they don't know what he's going to say when he's out there promoting for his movies.
Yeah.
And, some people are still going to work with him because it's Robert De Niro, but, like, he lost a lot of faith in Hollywood and in people on that, It's crazy. Luckily he did that after the Joker.
Yeah, I mean, people, right, like, people want to be entertained, and when you're on the interview circuit for promoting movies and shows and stuff like that, keep your political opinions, separate from that kind of thing.
Exactly.
It gets annoying all the time when people want to get up on the, they get up on the red carpet for award shows and stuff like that, and then they want to push their political ideologies. Like, no, this is an entertainment thing. Like, go on the 24-hour news networks and stuff like that, and put all that political shit there, right? There's a time and a place for that stuff, and it's not here.
Exactly. It's like what was Spicoli's name from Fast Times at Ridgemont High? What's that actor's name? Shit.
I have no idea.
He was in Milk. He was in
fucking
the one that like went out to Ukraine to try to film it, and then when shit got real, he's like, "I'm back."
Yeah. It's...
God damn it! I can't think of his name.
Face is like right in there, in my brain. I just can't think of it ahead. Sean Penn.
Sean Penn. Yeah. So it's like Sean Penn, right? And Liam Neeson does the same thing, where more Sean Penn, where he's promoting a movie that's like full of violence and guns and and shit, but then he's like talking about anti-gun laws and all that, and it's like, come on, like, this ain't the place.
No, that's Liam Neeson.
It's that cognitive dissonance.
Yeah, it's like this isn't the place or time to be doing that. Like, the studio, I'm sure, is not going to want you to say, hey, don't come watch violent movies when they're making violent movies. Like,
right.
Yeah.
Again, that looks bad, and
bad press.
It's just,
it's bad press when actors come out and they say, like, well, movies are influencing this violence.
It's just like when they tried to say video games were, and they can't prove any specific points of that.
We're just scapegoating bad parenting.
Or exactly. When they went after Marilyn Manson for Columbine, but those guys hated Manson. They thought same thing.
The only reason that they mentioned him in the first place was just because they didn't like him.
They just wanted somebody to throw. In that time when that came out, he was getting hated on and beat up in the media for his act and his shows. That's when all the churches were protesting his concerts.
He had the double-breasted suit and everything.
This is way before that, but still, it was...
It's still like the shock rocker.
Yeah.
It
was the Antichrist superstar age, and the media didn't like him, so they immediately try to brand him and take him out. And it's just, it's crazy how far they're going now. Like I said, I booted up, a site that I normally go to look up just like, hey, what's popping in pop culture right now, and I'm just like, oh my god, look at all these freaking Brie Larson things that are in here. Look at all these
Yeah.
Anna Day, what's her name, Arms stuff, like
Armless? Yeah.
yeah, like she's like all over, like it's just those two on a whole thing, and I'm like, why are all these old Brie Larson stories coming up? I'm like, oh, because Disney's paying all these shit little websites, to post all these articles about it. They sent this mass thing out to everybody, and here, write up a story on this.
I mean, yeah, because, it's going to hurt their bottom line at some point. If she's so disliked by everybody, people aren't going to want to go see her in the movies.
No, and she has that new Captain Marvel movie coming, and they're already afraid that it's not going to do well because people don't want to see her. Sorry, it ain't going to happen. I mean, little girls want to see her because it's Captain Marvel, and it sucks for them, right? Because those are the ones that need to see this. And in the comic books, Captain Marvel's a badass character, but when you got an actress that seems to love the character but hate the fandom that comes with it, like, I'm sorry, you're in a comic book movie. Like,
exactly. You're going to have a lot of, like, neckbeards and stuff like that are going to criticize the properties and all that stuff for certain things. But yeah, that just goes along. I mean, that just goes with the media. That goes with the territory when it comes to those those IPs that come from comic books and video games, especially. There's going to be a lot of criticism.
Yeah, and
you can't take it personally, though. It's not Brie Larson's fault, that a script is bad. Maybe her delivery of in certain scenes and stuff like that wasn't great, and that's
but that's
entirely on her.
That's up to the director too.
But yeah, it's also up to the director. The director is demanding a certain reaction, a certain thing from an actor, and they're just trying to appease that director by giving that performance that they're specifically looking for.
But if you have a director that is intimidated by, like say her, right? She was on that massive soapbox even before they filmed Captain Marvel, talking about this movie's for girls and not, little girls and not for white men and stuff like that. And then you get a director that's out there, who's probably a white guy that is intimidated to tell her, hey, do this better, do it this way, right? So that's that becomes an issue too, or if they're just like some of the, like, something that pops up in my mind is like The Happening, right, with Mark Wahlberg by M. Night Shyamalan, right? Mark Wahlberg's acting in that was terrible, and I fully blame that on M. Night Shyamalan, not Mark Wahlberg. Right, because he's the one that's supposed to have that vision and see, and be like, hey, can we do this a little differently? But in Captain Marvel, I wonder if maybe that director was just afraid to call her out on that shit because she would just drag him through the mud.
Yeah. Well, actually, I'm looking at it now. Captain Marvel was co-directed by Anna Boden and Ryan Fleck. So maybe they had Anna Boden for Brie Larson, right?
And not all of her acting was bad in the movie. And honestly, it was more of the after. For me, it was all of her stuff on the press circuit is what ruined that movie for me.
Right. Well, she doesn't know how to do interviews, right? And that's the other thing that people need to understand is when they're going on the promotion circuit, they have to be charismatic in interviews. And, when you have all these other people that are with her, like Chris Hemsworth or Paul Rudd or somebody like that, like those guys are super charismatic. They've been at it for a while. They know how to give interviews. They know how to kind of appear. And she does not know how to do that.
Oh no, there's some very awkward moments where she's on, where she's talking. And they got Robert Downey Jr. like behind her, and all the whole Avengers cast, and she's sitting there talking, and everyone's like, "Oh shit." So yeah,
All right, we spent 12 minutes on this.
I wanted to bring that up because it's getting crazy because it's changing a lot of the media is just getting out of control with that stuff. You know,
Yeah.
they're throwing a fit because, you know, they kill off a character that's gay, and now they're like, there's less gay representation in the show. And it's like, come on, dude, it's Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
Everybody fucking dies in Game of Thrones. I'm sorry.
I mean, look at the time frame of it.
They don't get too attached to one character in Game of Thrones, people.
Right? Have you never? Probably, you know, that's the other issues. A lot of these people writing these articles have not seen what they're writing articles about. They're told about it, and then they write an article about it because there's a lot
and
of.
Also, people just read a headline, and they don't read the content of the article.
Yeah, even the articles are getting worse. Like, I went to go see. I was like, Brie Larson's most iconic role. What was that? Right, and so I thought it was something coming up. So I go look at it and I read the article. And like 5 paragraphs down, after like going through all this shit about her, then it mentions what it is. And I'm like, fucking Scott Pilgrim, what the fuck? That's 12 years ago, man. What relevance does this have right now in what she's doing in the media?
I mean, I would say that her most iconic role is Captain Marvel.
That's her big, to me, that would be her big. Most people don't even know Scott Pilgrim.
Yeah.
It's
I mean,
because they're trying to take that attention off of Captain Marvel.
And I mean, look, like a lot more eyeballs have seen Captain Marvel and the Avengers films that she's been in, like Endgame, than saw Scott Pilgrim.
Yeah, and I get it. You know, fans and other people can be upset, but you know, like at that real cringy scene at the end of Avengers where all the females come on screen at one time and there's no males in it at all. Like, that was a cringy-ish scene. But then you have the other stuff where people are complaining, saying, oh, well, she has no ass to fill in that suit. Like, look at her flat ass. I'm like, come on. What part does that have anything to do with her acting or the movie?
Yeah.
Who gives a shit about that?
Yeah.
That's justifiably like, okay, fuck off.
Right. That's pretty cringe. Exactly. Like, that's where, you know, that goes into that
your body,
the sexism,
and
when it comes to
body shaming and all that
and stuff like that. Yeah, I was like, oh no, her buttocks are not supple enough. But like, dude, no one's focusing on that.
No, not at all.
All right. So did you guys see that Scorn's coming out next month?
Look at this guy.
Trying to continue.
Somebody yelling at you through the door to hurry up.
Are there supple buttocks in Scorn?
Scorn looks Scorn looks fucking sick. I already have it pre-downloaded.
Xbox came out when?
Which X?
Last year?
What? The Series X?
The Series, yeah.
It's been like 2 years almost.
2 years, and that Scorn was what do they call them? A console exclusive launch game.
Yeah,
right?
It was supposed to be, I believe, an original launch game, and it got pushed way back. That's because the next gen
now
this next generation of consoles, the PlayStation 5 and Xbox, because of the demands of 4K, 60 hertz, 120 hertz, all that, HDR, there's a lot more involved in that stuff, so they can't just port like they did, you know, for the Xbox One, you know, PC games. It's a little bit more advanced to it. So I get it, you know. I've had plenty enough to play. Like I just put another like 8 hours into Cyberpunk over the last week because they just had another update. Like, fuck, that game is good. I'm at like 120 hours now.
Yeah.
Oh, that game is so fucking
good.
I've
been playing a little bit of Vice City, actually, like the Definitive Collection version.
Ooh.
Which we already talked about that, but I kind of started that just the other night.
Isn't that the setting for the new game? Is that what came out of that leak, that massive Grand Theft Auto leak? where they showed.
The setting. I thought it was supposed to have multiple cities, not just Vice City, but like also Liberty City, London. Any basically from what they said in like the very first trailer, like 5,000 years ago, was they showed like every city.
Yeah, no, in the leak, I think they revealed that it was Vice City because the original Vice City was the '80s, right? Like the
Yeah,
Scarface era.
yeah.
Yeah, and I think this is. I don't know if it's modern or '90s. I don't remember what they said the setting was, but I'm pretty sure it's Vice City again, and it's going to be massive. Which is what
I
it's
didn't
Miami,
see
right?
I didn't see the leak. Yeah, it's supposed to be Miami. I didn't see the leak, any of the leak footage, which actually I was gonna bring that up today about that massive leak.
Oh, the FBI is going after that hacker. So he got into their Slack channel. He was able to get his way in to the company's Slack and
Yeah.
then downloaded all these files off of there that showed all the footage. And right now Rockstar's saying, yes, that is our game footage. We're sorry that you have to see it in an incomplete, because people are already being like, this game looks like shit. Like, no
Yeah, well,
fucking
it's in
shit. It's
development,
not even,
bro.
yeah,
It's not finished.
they don't even have all the assets. There's parts where she's walking through and it's just a wire frame of buildings and shit. Like,
Yeah.
no shit, it looks terrible. Like, give them
To be honest with
another
you,
couple years.
yeah, exactly. It's not ready yet, but I'll be honest with you, the FBI is probably more looking for that hacker over the Uber thing that he did because it was the same hacker that did
Yeah,
the Uber hack
yeah,
that did this leak
and
for GTA 6, which,
yep,
sure, intellectual property laws and stuff like that, and, obviously hacking into, servers and things that aren't yours, is obviously bad, and, there are, ways to punish people for that legally. But the biggest thing actually was that Uber hack. Like that was a huge financial um thing that went along with that. So I think that's
yeah.
probably the more serious offense.
Well, once they get them with that, then they'll just wrap this one in with it.
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, they just want to trump up as many charges
Problem
as
is
they
the
can.
dude. It sounds like the guy's like, haha, I did it, and he's like, here I am, come get me, type thing, and it's like, huh, bro,
Yeah.
you're gonna end up in Leavenworth for like, or some other federal prison for the next 40 years, and then when you get out, you'll never be able to touch a phone or a computer again.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's the first time they did reveal the first female playable character in Grand Theft Auto. It's going to be like the last, where you'll have a couple different characters you play as.
Multiple characters, yeah.
Yep, and yeah, I mean, from most of the stuff, people were pretty positive about it. What it was.
Yeah. Honestly, like, yeah, sure, there could have been criticisms about it looks like crap and all that stuff. Obviously, it's not a finished game. You should understand that. But I think overall, I think it's going to have more of a positive effect because you see that they're working on it and, let's start the hype train.
Exactly. The downside is that the Rockstar probably had a big planned reveal and a big idea, and now
it says they got a possible gameplay trailer coming up later this year.
Yeah, so they had, Rockstar doesn't do anything small, right? And it was going to be probably this big, massive thing that now is ruined because some dipshit, there's always some asshole ruining it and shitting in the pool, right?
Yeah, everybody trying to get their 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Well, he's going to get more than 15 minutes. Man. It's not.
They get 15 minutes a night with Bubba.
So Ewan McGregor ruled out any potential MCU movies because he does not desire to enter into another big franchise.
Lots of it.
So
as long as the dump truck's big enough, anybody will do it.
Yeah, he's got a price. Disney could reach it.
You know who did just sign into some MCU to play the next Thanos level bad guy? guys didn't see this one, did you?
Tom
Did not
Hardy.
see this one.
No. So, it's a rumor right now, but it's a pretty solid rumor. So the next Thanos level bad guy is going to be Doctor Doom, right?
Yes.
That's a pretty massive bad guy that everybody has issues with. The dude's just,
Yep.
this guy's own shit.
One of the best.
So
He's one of the best Marvel villains of all time.
oh yeah, his Doom bots and all that shit. Like he's just a genius.
Well, he has a country. He owns an entire country. He controls Latvia,
Yeah, well, I mean, they did like take up an entire city of it, destroyed it. Anyway,
It wasn't in Latvia.
I thought it was.
That wasn't in his country.
I thought it was, wasn't it?
No.
I thought it was because there.
That was a different country.
Oh, well, then I am mistaken on that because I thought it was. Anyway, the person that they have signed on to play him is Ryan Gosling.
I don't know how I feel about that.
All right.
I think it'd be all right.
We've never seen him in a role like that.
Not a Marvel character, but I mean, the dude plays a lot of badass roles. The guy's talented.
He does, but he doesn't tend to deliver a whole lot of lines.
Yeah.
In those iconic badass roles
Yeah,
that Ryan Gosling did.
Drive and Blade Runner and all those. It's a lot of slow walking and action, but
It's a lot of slow walking action and facial
moody.
emote.
Yeah,
right?
real moody.
And Doctor Doom wears a mask, so you can't really do the facial emotion.
Oh, he's still going to be doing them.
Did you see
under the mask?
Did you see the Gray Man?
Yeah, I saw that.
It was good. That took him out of his typical style of movies into like a full-blown action movie.
They were kind of throwing one-liners at each other pretty much like the whole movie.
Oh, that was the best part. That movie reminded me of like an old like 90s Stallone action movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, look at Captain America. What the hell's his name?
Chris Evans.
Chris Evans, dude. His fucking character was awesome in that movie. But, I think he could do it. He's probably looking at, he's like 40, 50 now. Like he's getting up. Or no, Jared Leto, I think, is 50. I think Ryan Gosling's younger.
Yeah.
But he's still got that pretty boy face, right? So he's going to play that Baron Von Doom, pretty boy. And then, shit will happen and he becomes Doctor Doom. So, I don't know. We'll see. I'll take it. The only thing is Doctor Doom normally is a pretty, like, bulky, in that armor. So I wonder if they're going to have somebody else in the suit doing it. Kind of like a Darth Vader thing.
Maybe.
They have someone else in act.
Well, I mean, it is armor. I mean, he does have, like, a lot of armor on in the suit. So, it probably will be a body double for much of it anyway, because obviously your principal actors don't tend to do a whole lot of stunts in those sorts of films. And
yeah.
All right.
I mean, I think that's a good casting decision on their part.
655-893.
He's a great actor. So, I'm excited to see what they're going to do with him and the character, Doctor Doom.
Yeah, dude, I would love to see, because that's the big thing we didn't get in this last phase. We got all these, half-ass shows and half-ass movies. Like, where's the next big bad? Where's the next Thanos that's going to take on the next 10 fucking years? And Doctor Doom can do it because he brings the pain in the books, that's for sure. And if we're bringing Fantastic Four, and I don't think they're going to call them the X-Men. I think they're just going to call them the mutants, right? Because when they showed the cards for all that, for the stuff coming up, they had the mutants. And I wonder if
maybe they're started out with the New Mutants then?
I don't know. I really don't know. It's interesting to see though. I just want to skip like 5 years into the future and fucking see who the X-Men are gonna be. That's all I care about. I've been waiting fucking 15 years for the goddamn X-Men to join Marvel.
Yeah.
Ezra Miller is filming a few more scenes for the Flash. So WB Discovery is really pushing for this movie to be perfect. They are, with the wavering that's going on right now with Black Adam. Like Black Adam got bombed the other day because of they released a new trailer that showed a snippet scene from Justice League, but it was a scene from Joss Whedon's cut. And people fucking flipped out so much that it made Warner Brothers pull the trailer, edit it, and cut that 3-second clip out of it.
I saw that, yeah.
People don't want to ever hear or see Joss Whedon's Justice League ever. They don't want it. They don't want to acknowledge it. They don't want it there. They want Zack Snyder's version to be the official version. And if it's that, the fandom or gatekeepers, because they can go very toxic very quickly. If they can force Warner Brothers and The Rock to both take the trailer off of their individual platforms and change it and repost it, that is a powerful fucking fandom.
Yeah. Well, with the bad media surrounding Joss Whedon and his conduct on sets and stuff like that.
Yeah, and
not a whole lot of people are going to want to work with that guy.
No, but the Warner Brothers, before this merger, kept saying that's the official cut. The theatrical cut is the official. That's the canon. That's where we're going. We should have never done Zack Snyder's version, but Zack Snyder's version is the one that everybody loves.
Yeah, the fan favorite. Yeah.
Exactly, because that movie, 4 hours and all, is fucking amazing. But yeah, Ezra Miller's back in there filming a few more scenes, touching up some stuff. So that's cool that they're, like I said, they're wanting to make this. They got a lot betting on this. If Black Adam doesn't do good, like the Flash is like the last.
It's got to carry. Yeah.
It's your last hope, because you got Shazam, which probably won't do real well, right? It'll be mediocre. You've got a few others coming, but that's it. There's nothing coming down the pipeline for the DC side from Warner Brothers. And
Flash is like the only like mainline character really for the Justice League. That they're even doing anything for. Batman is up in the air. Superman is up in the air.
Aquaman 2 coming next year.
But Aquaman's always kind of been a secondary Justice League character too. He hadn't always been in the forefront.
He's not part of the, you have the Holy Trinity.
You got the big three, right?
Wonder Woman, Batman, Flash, or Superman. And then you have your next level would be Green Lantern and Flash, right?
Yeah.
And then Aquaman. Yeah. So it'll be interesting, man. It'll be interesting. Anyway. I'm still curious to see how they're going to do the press with Ezra and how that's going to go, because there's a lot of damage control to fix.
Yeah.
And you notice there's been no stories except for anything positive about Ezra filming new scenes, Ezra doing this and that, right? That's all you're seeing again. The PR team is keeping filled all the minutes with all this other stuff so nothing else can get through. Did you guys watch the Cyberpunk show on Netflix yet?
No.
The anime?
No.
Oh my God.
I was unaware.
Oh my God, I text you. It's Cyberpunk Edge Runners. Holy shit, this anime was brutal. Remember we watched the trailer and it showed like everything, man. It showed the nudity, the guns, the
the visual art style of that trailer.
The anime was amazing. The cartoon itself was fucking amazing. And I binged the whole thing. I think it's like 9 episodes long, 9 or 10, and holy shit, was it good! It literally matched the world of the game, like down to even the crosswalks. The crosswalks have these like weird, cool little animations in them, and it's in the game. The bar they're in has characters that are in there that you don't even interact with in the cartoon. You just see them, and you're like, oh shit, I know that spot. Oh shit, I know that. Yeah. Right? And then you can go visit those spots in the game. And, now in the game they did an update, and you can see like spray painted like graffiti that's got some of the shit that matches the cartoon. Like, dude.
From the anime.
Oh, dude, it's so good.
That's pretty cool.
And you don't have to play the game to watch the anime. Like, it's its own standalone thing. It doesn't follow anything from the game, besides for being in the same world.
Yeah, that's cool. I mean, as long as there's continuity between the video game and the anime, then, a lot of the fans that play the game will obviously like it.
Yeah, exactly. Did you see, Keith and I were talking about this the other night. Did you see the people getting pissed off about the red dots on Call of Duty, the beta?
That was my next topic, is Call of Duty.
Oh my god, dude. People are getting so fucking pissed. So, we don't play a lot of core. We only play hardcore, right? So we don't even have a mini-map. Yeah. The only time we have a mini-map is when a UAV's up. But the core players and streamers and all that stuff, they rely on a mini-map to be able to see where everybody is all the time.
Yeah.
Right? To me, that's cheating, right? You're not going to have that in real life. So it's all the people that like to jump in the air around corners thinking that's more tactical that are getting pissed off about these red dots. Go ahead, Keith. What you got on it?
So you remember when we were playing and you're like, hold on, what is that? Threw it on the wall and it drills through. It's a drill charge for anti-camping.
Dude, it was fucking legit. It got me. I was up in that fucking window sniping. And all of a sudden I was like, what is that noise? It's like, and boom.
Yeah. So it's for anti-camping. I didn't even know, but I'm looking at an article right now where it says that fans are accusing Infinity Ward of catering to campers, making it easy.
Dude, I heard that they were putting in the final game's going to have a fucking pedometer on it. So you can tell who wasn't even moving. Like, you get penalized or some shit. Like, who gives a fuck if you're camping? Like, camping is a part of the game.
Hold on, I'll show you. Where's that?
Like, I don't give a shit about campers. That just makes it more fun and difficult to get angry and go after them, because then you get vindicated when you fucking put a bullet through their face.
This is how my whole Call of Duty gameplay was when we played. Every kill cam was like this.
Yeah, I mean,
that's all this is.
I mean, I
that's not.
I get
not
it.
a way to play.
But also, if you're playing, don't be running in front of openings without checking them. You don't. Well, you can't do that in hardcore. You would never run past that in hardcore, not thinking there was anybody there. But
man, I'm just not a fan of it.
I mean, look, it's always fun to get the jump on like multiple people and shit like that.
Yeah.
When they're coming around corners and they're not paying attention, like, so what?
Yeah, I mean, I get it. Everyone gets pissed off at a camper because they got killed by the camper. And, I don't know how many times I've been called a camper when I'm like running around a corner and I blast someone. They're like, you're camping the corner. Like, motherfucker, I was running around the corner. Like,
but people have different play styles, though.
Yeah.
I mean, not everybody is a run and gun.
If
snipers aren't really like, the sniper class is not really a run and gun type of gameplay.
If they didn't want to have camping, they wouldn't have put fucking sniper rifles into the game.
Exactly. To be honest, To be honest, sniper rifles do not belong in Call of Duty. The maps are not big enough.
They can put them in the ground. And I agree, because you do have the people that you can tell are cheating when they're running around doing those 360 snipes and shit. You know, and they do have issues with it, but for the most part, like, I've never really had I've got 35 days inside Modern Warfare 1, and I've never really had any issues with the camping in it, you know, or any of that shit. Like, if there's someone camping in a corner and he's killed me 4 times in a row, that's just gonna make it even more better when I go teabag his dead body when I finally kill him.
Yeah, well, I mean, and the thing is, like, obviously communicate with your squad and call out where the camper is, and everybody can focus on that.
And that's the problem, is that
it knows there's no teamwork.
No,
nobody has mics anymore. They're all in party chat.
Exactly. So, you know, that's the other issue, is you're supposed to be tactical with this stuff. And now it's just everyone runs into a room and sees who's the last one to survive.
Well, that, and also they want to they want to do these impressive fast twitch type kills, and you know they want to be the big hero, right? They want to be the Rambo character, right? Where right in the movies, like Rambo, you know, he doesn't have any help. You know, he's just one man army.
Him and his M60 versus 100 people.
Fucking Mod Deuce.
Exactly. So, whatever. I'm not going to base the game off the beta, because I think they did a bad job with this beta. It doesn't really show. They put us in like some of the smallest maps, and it just, I like the gunsmith. I like the upgrading. I like the way the guns handle, right? They handle like shit at first. They're just all over, because you have to get those attachments to make those fine adjustments. Because once you start getting the attachments and unlocking them and putting them on, it does make a big difference. And so you actually get to see that. So, you know, we'll see when the game comes out. What the fuck are you doing down there? Holy shit. She crawled over to me. What do you need? God dang.
I'm definitely hoping the finalized Modern Warfare 2 is actually close to the original Modern Warfare 2. Because this beta did not play the same.
Well, I mean, it's going to have the campaign. There's a lot more game modes that we haven't seen. Like, I'm excited for DMZ, which is supposed to be like the Escape from Tarkov version. That's what I want to play. Like, I want to team up, like, go squad up with you guys and go play some of that shit, where it's squad versus squad in massive maps. You know, kind of like the DMZ in Division. It's like that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. The Dark Zone.
Or Dark Zone. Yeah. That's what DMZ is supposed to be like, apparently. So that'll be cool, right? We go out there and go fight some squads, and they'll have bots and shit around there as well. But that's what I want to go see. Anyway, I'm all good for it. I stopped playing the beta. Like, I'm just like, this beta sucks, man. I don't like playing core. I don't like having to put 15 rounds in this. Like, these streamers are pissing me off. They're like, this is ridiculous. They made it hardcore. It only takes a few rounds to kill somebody. I'm like, the fuck you talking about?
It takes like 30.
I'm still putting 15 rounds.
Yeah, we had to empty an entire magazine, so you have to like sustain that reticle on that target, and that's annoying as shit.
Dude, when you come up behind someone and you start shooting them in the back, and you can tell they're on PC because they can just, and their whole character's flipped around.
Yeah,
when their screen just shifts like this the whole time,
and then they hit you with a shotgun and kill you after you've already put 8 rounds into them. Like, come on. Like,
one thing that does piss me off is the shotgun. It's not powerful in that game.
Well, that shotgun, and I had nothing but 1-shot kills with it, so I guess you're just doing it wrong.
Then again, I had it as a secondary.
Maybe you're not aiming for their sweet spot.
I had it as a secondary as well, but I was...
I don't know, man. I'm usually very good with shotguns.
You got to be close. It's not... Modern Warfare 1 shotguns, you could put that long tube and all that shit on it, and you could, like, snipe with that thing. But
I know, but I've always used shotguns, and I've always been really good with shotguns, and I just couldn't get it.
you'll get it on this one because again, this is an older build too. So
Yeah.
um,
Anyway,
we've got Cloverfield 4 is coming. You see that?
Dang, I didn't know they were still even making movies from that universe.
yeah, I didn't either.
Oh yeah, you had Cloverfield, 10 Cloverfield Lane, Cloverfield Paradox, which is on Netflix, which is really good because the Paradox shows you the multiple parallel universes of ours, and then it drops the monster into our universe. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And then there's a fourth one coming. Let's see.
Well, let's see. Avatar 2 is coming out December 16th this year.
Yep.
And they re-released Avatar in theaters right now. So if you want to see it in theaters about 3 months before the new movie, go see it now.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it's doing pretty good in the box office too, from what I saw. Like it's pulling in money.
It's currently second for in the dailies.
Not bad for a 10-year-old movie.
A little older than that. It was 2009.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so 13-year-old movie. Let's see. There was an article about how Black Adam is just getting berated in the media, so they think it's actually harming who's going to come see the ticket or get tickets to go see it. They cast a new Falcon. So Anthony Mackie's out, and they're bringing in Danny Ramirez, which was in the Falcon Winter Soldier show. So if you don't watch the show, you're not going to understand how this guy got the wings and the suit of the Falcon. Let's see,
Which I have not, so yeah, I'm going to be completely clueless.
Yeah. Anna de Armas is set to start shooting Ballerina, so this is kind of cool. Ballerina's a John Wick story. It's from, I think, the last one, where she goes to the Russian person and they have the ballerinas. Right? Is that she has the ballerina assassins or whatever?
I don't.
Any of you guys remember that? It's when it shows, like, when he was trying to get out, he goes to her and pays her a favor or whatever to like protect him. There's that like Russian chick, and she's at like a ballerina school. So this is gonna follow the ballerina story. So it's another John Wick, but a girl. The chick is playing Marilyn Monroe. Let's see. I only got a couple more. I can get through them real quick. Oh, actually, I got less than that. Spider-Man Miles Morales was just announced for the PC. All right, so that's a big PS5 game. So it's the sequel to the original Spider-Man on PC, which is fucking amazing, dude. I've been playing the shit out of that game. So you got the Miles Morales sequel coming, and then I guess I only got one more. The little child actor, the little Padawan, that said the lines, Master Skywalker, there are too many of them. What are we to do? Right?
Yeah.
Okay, the little youngling.
Yeah, the one that got fucking slaughtered.
Right.
Yeah, he's complaining because he was paid $100 for that. The 10, and it says he said it took like 4 tries and it took 10 to 15 minutes total to film, but they only paid me $100 to be in a Star Wars movie. I'm like, bitch.
Okay.
Bro, nobody knows your name.
Bitch, that's like, if you worked an entire hour, that's $400 for an hour. Like, for 2 lines. He's literally like throwing a fit in the news right now about that.
All right.
Like,
you're no name that.
Yeah.
Nobody cares.
Why don't you? That's like the kid on the cover of Nirvana who's made his money his whole life being the kid of Nirvana, and then he sues them, loses, and he's trying to sue again because he's like, it ruined my life. I'm like, did it?
Well, it didn't, because nobody knew who the fuck you were.
Nobody knew who you were.
You're the one walking around telling everyone, "Hey, I'm
Right,
the
you're the
baby."
one that's telling everybody, "Hey, I'm the kid from the Nevermind cover."
Signing,
Like, nobody would know you.
signing autographs of the covers of the
Yeah.
albums and shit, and then he says it ruined my
Yeah.
life. Like, come on, dude. No one would ever fucking know. Same thing with this kid. No one would know who he was. You know?
Yeah. Unless you look in the credits, like deep in the credits, and you're like, "Oh, that one youngling kid. His name was."
It's the same as your name. Like,
Hey.
I would be more like, hey, that was me. Right? Like, come on, dude. You were in a Star Wars movie, in a main role, speaking role, right up front that emphasized one of the biggest, atrocities that Vader did. And you were the one there.
Dude, get over it, and if you need to go and go to one of the Star Wars casting calls for current generation stuff and try to get on.
If you're complaining about it, just go to a fucking Comic-Con and sign autographs for $20 a piece. People will come get it. They love all that shit. Easy.
Yeah, they'll take autographs from anybody.
Every side character. I mean, I was just at a con that had the girl that played like a little dragon lady in Star Wars, and she was at this con. I'm like, what?
Who the fuck are you? But give me
we
an
see
autograph.
her. We see her for 2 seconds.
You don't even see her
Yeah.
face. She's inside a costume.
Only got like one piece left. It's about the Black Dahlia murder ban.
Okay.
We talked about on a previous podcast about how the singer Trevor had died a few months ago. So Black Dahlia murder, they're going to continue on. The main guitarist and co-founder Brian is going to take over vocal duties, and then he's going to be replaced by a former guitarist that left and now is coming back.
All right.
So they're moving forward with their career and everything. Obviously, still, it's still emotional about Trevor and everything, but, it's their job, it's their career.
It's how they support
And
their families.
Haven't really, there hasn't really been any kind of negative backlash. I think like a lot of the fans really support the move.
How's his singing compared to the original guy?
Yeah.
You keep talking before you hit the button. I keep seeing your mouth move and then there's no sound.
No, I think there's some sort of lag in the app too, because I've noticed, because I've been pushing the button, and I think Discord has like a lag or something
Oh, okay.
that hasn't been affecting previous podcasts.
It happened in the last one too, but not as much as like that just happened. Maybe in your settings it's got a audio delay set up. You can check that.
It could be a little bit.
Because I had
Maybe.
It's in the Discord setting.
Yeah, because I had that where I pushed the button.
Yeah, but I haven't changed any of those settings, and it seems to really have only affected like the past 2 podcasts. So there may be some sort of lag between my pushing the button and Discord app, not just the setting itself, because I haven't changed any of that stuff since I set that stuff up originally.
Yeah. I don't know, because my Discord did like an update. Like I said, this morning, I logged in and I was like, oh shit, all my headphone stuff's all changed.
Maybe that delay was also reverted back to original or something. Maybe, I don't know. Because I don't touch the settings. Like I set it up and it's been rolling fine.
Yeah, and it doesn't happen every time. It's just every now and again I'll see the green box show up, but there's no audio, and then all of a sudden it like kicks in. Oh, you know what it could be too? You're using speakers, right?
No, I don't have speakers. Like the speakers are built into my monitors.
Well, that's what I meant though. Like our audio's coming through those.
Yeah, it's coming through the monitors.
I wonder if it's the noise cancellation for the microphone for Discord. It hears the talking, because every now and again I can hear just like a split second of my own voice. I wonder if it's trying to block that. You know how it tries to differentiate between the microphone and the headset? I'll bet you that's probably it, because it only does it like right as you start talking after one of us stops talking, and I can hear it through the headset, or the split second delay between your speakers and your mic. That's probably what it is.
You know, every now and then I push the button and like, the green square that goes around that says talking. Sometimes, I'll be pushing the button and there'll be like a couple moments where that green square doesn't even pop up.
Oh.
But it doesn't happen every single time. Like sometimes it happens like instantly as I push the button. Sometimes it takes a couple. So I think there's a lag between the app on the computer. I don't know. But anyway, yeah, Gojira.
Yeah, I filled them up with a bunch of LED lights, and you just hook up a little 9-volt to it, and then I'm gonna paint it up to make it look like he's glowing, burning from the inside.
Gojira.
What do you got, Keith?
I got one more thing.
Okay.
All you motherfuckers in Florida better be watching out for that. This bad boy right here.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Looks like you're going to get a direct hit.
Yeah, I mean, they're talking about it being a class 4 when it gets up in, because as soon as it hits that warm water from the Gulf, that's when it starts supercharging. And it looks like it's coming directly at us.
Yeah, exactly.
The water's 5-6 miles away from me. But I'm not worried.
You got water containers?
I've got like a case of water.
Yeah, we've got these blue 5-gallon things for just water. We bought it at Walmart. They're like $13 each. But I mean, that's 10 gallons of fresh water you can have. So
yeah, all the stores are like wiped out, and all the gas stations are empty already because everyone panicked. That was like in San Antonio, when like I don't remember what it was, where all the gas stations.
Well, we had a hurricane hit.
Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah, out here they have hurricane parties. Like everyone just gets drunk and watches the hurricane hit.
Nice.
Oh, okay. Last bit of news. Witcher Season 3 will be out next summer 2023.
Fucking Witcher.
And that's all I got.
Badass.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, that's the leader of the nerds, man. That's our geek master there.
Right.
He wants to be in all the geeky stuff. But that's all I got for this week. We're over time, so we owe Keith $3.
No, I think it's over. I think it's over. Yeah, you can kill Craig.
All right. Well, we got to end the. Okay.
All right. So I think it's.
Well, we didn't.
If you go over 6 hours.
Yeah, we're over 6 hours, and we didn't do the outro.
That's all right.
Okay, well.
And you still have your recording software, right?
Well, yeah, but I meant CraigBot is only there for the logo to sit. That's what I use them for.
Oh. Yeah. Well, I mean, we can still do the outro, and you could just put the logo up. It's big blast the big logo, just cover us up.
You could just have it like start in the corner and just fade into the whole screen.
Yeah, Mark wants it big and blasted all over his forehead.
Yeah,
make sure it's black too.
But I mean, you could cut out some of the dead spots, especially at the end here.
Yeah. All right. Well,
to get it down to time.
I'm Nick Zilla.
I'm Keith.
And I'm Mark Becker.
Oh, we got the knife hand.
Thank you for joining us. For listening to us, you can come join us at any time and come talk and be on the show. And yeah, we're gonna go fuck off now.
What is the most unattractive male first name in the English language?
What you just said,
Keith,
is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. At no point in your rambling, incoherent response were you even close to anything that could be considered a rational thought. Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it. I award you no points, and may God have mercy on your soul. Good afternoon, good evening, and good night.
Most of all, fuck you!
That's all, folks.